What's up, guys? Welcome back. It is silly season, as Carson likes to call it.
Stole that from soccer.
Yes. Why is it silly season?
Transfers and free agency for both sports.
It's free agency season in the NBA. We like to call it silly season because, honestly, teams just go crazy.
It was just two teams dominating everybody. So everybody's like, we got to make moves.
Yeah, everyone's like, we have to make moves immediately. We got to change our rosters. There's no more of this two-team dominance. But let's get into it. We're going to go over all the free agency signings, who went where, why they went there, and if it's going to make a difference catching the Dubs and the Cavs. The Timberwolves made killer moves. They are the winners of silly season 2017. They got Jimmy Butler from the Bulls, that toxic environment. You want to talk about a team tanking and nowhere next year, the Bulls are that. Traded Zach LaVine, Chris Dunn, and the 7th overall pick. They're not going to need it because they are playoff bound. Minnesota, you're playoff bound.
Which knocks out
I think...
the Jazz.
No, I think it knocks out the Portland Trailblazers. Honestly. They were the 8th seed, barely. I don't think they made any moves, so I don't see how they got better. The Jazz got Ricky Rubio from the Timberwolves. We're not even there yet. We're talking about the Timberwolves. Don't bring up the Jazz yet. My gosh, why?
Maybe we can move to the next one. No, I like the Timberwolves. Up until the move we will not speak of yet, I was actually really excited that we were going to have a bloodbath of a division. Even if we ended up not winning the title for years, this looked like
a fun division.
Paul George come in,
yeah.
Jimmy Butler come in. It was just going to be like every game was going to be a rivalry game that was in division.
Not only did they add Jimmy Butler, they added Taj Gibson, and they also got George Teague from the Indiana Pacers. So now you got a starting lineup of Teague, Butler, Wiggins, the big cat, Karl Anthony Towns. That's a lineup. They're playoff bound.
Yeah.
Absolutely. This is going to be their coming out party. They're going to make the playoffs. Finally play some meaningful basketball in Minnesota, get to the playoffs, and then in 2 years, watch out. They're going to be dangerous. But let's get to the Thunder. You mentioned the Thunder.
Mm-hmm.
What happened there?
They got a guy.
Paul George Smooth.
Westbrook and Paul George playing together.
They got Paul George for practically nothing. Oladipo and Sabonis to the Pacers. The Pacers passed up way better deals for spite, is what everyone's saying. They wanted him to just go to the West and not be where he wanted to be.
Do you think it's all for naught? Do you think he leaves in a year?
Yeah, I do.
Which way? You think he's going?
I think he's going to the Lakers. The real question is Russell Westbrook going to go to the Lakers as well? Because now Russell Westbrook isn't re-signing. He's going to play this year out. They're basically renting two of the best players and hoping. So you want to talk about silly season? The Thunder made it super silly because they could be out of not only Kevin Durant, Paul George, James Harden, they could also lose Russell Westbrook and be in the most drastic of rebuilds next year. But they have Cantor.
I hope. Oh my God. There's only one player I hope never wins a title in the NBA, and it's him. Enes
Kanter. Enes Cancer, as we call him. Now let's get to the big deal. And the reason I'm wearing Shaq Daddy, the big diesel from the Orlando Magic. We feel you, Orlando. Small market breakup to the max.
Mm-hmm.
Gordon Hayward signing with the Boston Celtics. Ooh, this one gets me salty quick. Rudy Gobert, I think, said it best. These hoes ain't loyal.
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't call Gordon Hayward a hoe. I would just call him a bitch. The whole thing I don't understand about the Gordon Hayward fiasco and free agency blunder is, why is everyone after Gordon Hayward so desperately? He's a good player. He's a very good player. I know this is going to come off just super salty, but I just don't get it. He made one all-star team. He gets 20 points in his best year. He's there. He makes his own shots. He's a two-way player. He's not a cornerstone player. But that brings me to another point. Like, people burning the jerseys of Gordon Hayward. Don't burn jerseys. I wouldn't burn my Gordon Hayward jersey because I never got a Gordon Hayward jersey. I was skeptical about Hayward from the beginning. I'm a diehard Jazz fan. Mm-hmm. I have purchased 5 Jazz jerseys in my life. Karl Malone, John Stockton, Darren Williams, my apologies, Darren Williams, Rudy Gobert, and Rodney Hood. Ever since Hayward came in, I've always been like, okay, good player. I like him. He's cool. But something always seemed to be missing. And if you have a jersey, mail it to the Boston Celtics. I want to see every Jazz fan mail their Hayward jersey to the Boston Garden. Let them figure out what to do with them.
They can fill a garden with those.
Fill a garden with them. Start the first game of next season with just Jazz Gordon Hayward jerseys that the fans have given back. I refute the logic that it gives them a better opportunity to win. You're still going to have to go through LeBron and Kevin Durant. Those are the wings of the two best teams. Gordon Hayward, no offense, is getting flattened faster than the pavers I put in my backyard. No one named LeBron or Durant is being stopped by Gordon Hayward. Is it a 7-game series against the Cavs yet?
No, I don't think so.
So you haven't made yourselves that much better. You won 1 game this year. Gordon might get you another. You may make it a 6-game series, maybe. That's if Kyrie Irving doesn't destroy Isaiah Thomas again and rip out his hip. The only thing big about this 3, Horford, Hayward, and Thomas, is their salaries. Boston couldn't even afford him. He doesn't even fit into what they had or needed. And they just demanded to pay him the max contract. Mm-hmm. They gave away Avery Bradley, their best defender. And for my money, the reason Isaiah Thomas looked good is because Avery Bradley cleaned up on defense every single possession. So now you've destroyed that. Now you have Jay Crowder, Gordon Hayward, and one of the Morris brothers. I'm not sure which one. And they interchange when one's hurt. That's a conspiracy. We'll get into that later. Now you just have a logjam at the 3. And you have Al Horford and Gordon Hayward taking up 55% of your cap. I just don't see it. I don't see how this made them better. And Hayward, you're going to learn the hard way what a big market really means. Because, yeah, they can win championships, but they expect to win championships. In 2 years, if you haven't progressed further than they already have, they're shipping you with a first-round pick to Milwaukee to get the Greek Freak, who's amazing. You're just going to find out what Darren Williams found out, what Chris Paul found out when he went to the Clippers, what Melo found out when he went to the Nuggets, what Dwight Howard's continually finding out. A small market builds around you and makes you look better. That's gone. Mm-hmm. Now you're in a big market with the big boys. They don't give a shit about you. And if it doesn't work out, you're gone. Legacy over.
Legacy is over. I feel like for me, I would go over legacy. I think if you're not going to win a title, and he's not, if you're not going to win a title, what's the next best thing? Legacy, being a god in a city.
Yeah.
Stockton and Malone, they got their statues. And they have the dealerships.
The dealerships. So many car dealerships.
Every Honda Civic.
Gordon Hayward Honda. It rolls off the tongue. Never going to happen now.
Hayward Honda.
Never. And that was the big thing about Gordon Hayward. It wasn't about winning a championship with Gordon Hayward. It was about showing that we're good enough, get to the 2 or the 3, make some noise in the playoffs to attract that final piece. Rudy Gobert's a star. Rudy Gobert can be the MVP of the league. I firmly believe that. He's not there yet. You're going to get there, Rudy. We got you. I got your jersey in the closet. It's on other videos as well, if you don't believe me. But enough. Enough about Gordon Howard or Hayward, whatever his name. I forgot. Wayward. Betrayward. Coward. It works really good. You should never leave when the end of your name is word. You should never do that. That's just bad marketing. Change your name. But let's move on. There were some other really big free agency signings. Houston made a lot of noise getting Chris Paul.
They did, and then they maxed out James Harden to record NBA deal.
That's a backcourt. In a league of really good backcourts, that's a good backcourt. However, I feel like there's kind of a situation with the Celtics as well. They had to give up Beverly. They had to give up Lou Williams. They gave a lot of depth away to make it work. It means so much that so many people want to just play for the Warriors on their bench.
But my thing is of course they have their big 4.
Yeah.
But the true strength is they don't lose anything really.
No.
When they go to the
second team,
the substitutes. They're deep as hell.
If someone comes out, they don't miss a beat. Houston's going to miss a beat. The Celtics are going to miss definitely a beat. And the Cavs and the Warriors, they're not.
Your starters got to come off at some point. We see injuries all through the regular season. LeBron's playing, I think it's 15% of the games these days when he has to. But other than that, it's you have to have a solid second team, and people are selling away their future and their backup for, I think, all for naught.
And another thing about Gordon Hayward, okay? This whole letter of crap, unfinished business, what does that even mean? You mean to tell me if that half-court heave when you were at Butler goes in, you'd be like, nah, I'm good with Brad Stevens. We don't need to reunite anymore. Business complete. Second of all, I believe you entered the draft as a sophomore after that year. Could he have stayed 2 more years for unfinished business? Mm-hmm. Hold on. Yeah, I think you could have. And Butler was still really good the next year. So what happened to the unfinished business there? It feels like you wanted to make money instead of, stay with Stevens. But now suddenly we have unfinished business. And what does that even mean? There was business in Utah. Did we finish business? You can't go back to Butler, so that's gone. You could have stayed at Butler to finish your business. It's just Just don't. I don't care that he didn't call. I don't care how he did it. That's stupid. Just don't feed us this letter crap about business and whatever it is.
It's obvious he knew before.
Yeah, you knew before. Don't wait until all the other free agents are gone.
Loved Paul Millsap.
Yeah. Oh, I would have bought that jersey. It's just, oh my gosh. I'm done. Now I'm done. Speaking of Paul Millsap, went to the Denver Nuggets. He's going to be like their only player over $7 million a year, so that's going to be fun.
Can we rename our conference, by the way?
What?
It's Northwestern.
It feels like not only are people coming west, they're coming to our division.
But can we just rename it?
Sure.
It's not the Northwest.
It's not.
They had the Sonics. We got rid of the Sonics. It's Oklahoma City. It's named Denver. Minnesota.
It's named after Portland. Okay, we are in Portland's division.
Oh my gosh! If you're the most storied franchise in a division, it gets to be yours. You get to name it. Yeah. Fair.
No, it's a great name. It's the Northwest Division. Some are north, some are west, but none are northwest. So we'll just put them together.
The Northwest Division, I'm going to keep talking about it. It is going to be more competitive than the East. Those 5 teams are going to be more competitive than the whole East.
Absolutely. Gallinari left the Nuggets in a 3-team trade with the Hawks and the Clippers. He's in LA now. The Clippers re-signed Blake Griffin. That's big. The Sacramento Kings made a ton of noise. They picked up George Hill. They picked up Zach Randolph. They picked up Vince Carter. I don't know what they did, but they picked up players that are way weird. Oh, the Spurs did make one move. Rudy Gay. They signed Rudy Gay. Also, the Toronto Raptors did a really good job of actually keeping their pieces. Kept Lowry, kept Ibaka, kept DeRozan, obviously. They have their core intact. I like that idea. You've got great players. Try and keep building through maybe a trade or something like that. It just is weird that Utah can't keep a white guy from Indiana and Toronto's keeping all its black players. I don't understand what's happening. Oh, JJ Redick decided to get some money. Went to Philadelphia for 1 year, $23 million. Philadelphia is also a dark horse team officially. I think that they could do some things in a very weak East. Now, possibly make an 8 seed, something like that.
Anybody can make a move in the East right now, except for Chicago.
Orlando as well. They're in trouble. Orlando's got absolutely nothing going. And the Hawks. The Hawks have unloaded. It's going to be bad.
It seems like the East thought that they were adopting 3-on-3 rules. That's what it seems like happened here. Like, they're like, we got it. This is great. We only need 3 players. Cut this. We don't need to spend all this money on these shitty players. No, that's a different league. What?
Huh?
We already sent Butler and Paul George.
The Big 3 league. I thought that's what everyone was doing.
Gordon Hayward's going to kill it in 3-on-3. Nailed it. Sorry, go ahead. Dwight Howard.
Speaking of Dwight Howard, he went to Charlotte. Charlotte has some good pieces now. I think they could also make somewhat of a playoff push.
He's doing a good job of making like a moral victory of hitting up every NBA team before he's done here.
He'll be at the Jazz soon enough. He's only staying 1 or 2 years at every place now. Hey, Hayward, get ready. You should pick up renting tips from
I thought you were done.
I'm done now. And that's pretty much for silly season 2017. Leave us some comments. Let us know what you think. Did anyone make a push that's actually going to challenge the Warriors or the Cavs? Thanks so much for watching and listening. Check out the podcast every week on iTunes and any of those Android apps that I don't know about.
Find it out, figure it out, we'll help you out.